My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. We will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple, can't get any simpler than that. This will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back. We're going to come back very strongly.
The markets today are way down, the worst day in years because of the tariffs. So, how's it going?
I think it's going very well. It was an operation. Like when a patient gets operated on, the markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom.
It's going to be a booming country. A very booming country. It's going to be amazing, actually.
The financial markets are tanking today. Does Wall Street see things differently than the administration?
Well, listen, y'all, we are a couple hours in. This will be a short time of uncertainty, and then we'll move back to the prosperity that this president has envisioned, that he is so bold and so willing to fight for.
We really do believe that if we pursue the right deregulation, we pursue those energy cost-reducing policies, yes, people are going to see it in their pocketbook. They're also going to benefit from the fact that foreign countries can't take advantage of us anymore. That means their jobs are going to be more secure.
What do you think of my hat? Isn't it shocking how much violence and hatred is coming from the left? They claim to be the party of empathy, and yet they're burning Teslas and shooting up dealerships and calling for the death of the president and me. I'm like insane. Like they're gone psycho. You know, the reason for the checks is that it's really just to get attention. When I do these things, it causes the legacy media to like kind of lose their minds.
I've made it clear, if you take part in the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, we will find you, arrest you, and put you behind bars. You can run, but you cannot hide. Justice is coming.
I don't want to talk about a third term now, but despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. People are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a third term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that.
Would the president use to potentially run for a third term? As he said, there are methods there.
Look, you guys continue to ask the president this question about a third term, and then he answers honestly and candidly with a smile, and then everybody here melts down about his answer.
The administration has conceded that there was an error of one Salvadoran national.
The error that you are referring to was a clerical error. It was an administrative error. This individual was a member, actually a leader, of the brutal MS-13 gang, which this president has designated as a foreign terrorist organization.
But a judge ordered that he should remain in this country. So are you saying that it is okay to ignore a judge's ruling if you don't like it?
Who does that judge work for? It was an immigration judge who works for the Department of Justice at the direction of the Attorney General of the United States, whose name is Pam Bondi, who has committed to eradicating MS-13. And I wish that the media would spend just a second of the same time you have spent trying to litigate each and every individual of this gang who has been deported from our country as the innocent Americans whose lives have been lost at the hands of these brutal criminals. Shame on you and shame on the mainstream media for trying to cover for these individuals who have... This is a vicious gang, Andrew. This is a vicious gang that has taken the lives of American women.
China maybe will call and say, well, we're upset with the tariffs, and maybe they want to get something a little bit in order to get TikTok approved. Who knows?
I'm currently standing inside of this museum, which was built and curated by the Biden administration with $4 million in taxpayer dollars. So this shrine to EJ and climate change will now be shut down for good. We will do so without paying over $500,000 in tax dollars on a museum that is barely visited and designed to tell an ideologically slanted partial story of the EPA.
I believe, and I know the president does believe this as well, the best education is that is closest to the child, where teachers and parents, local superintendents working together, and local school boards to develop the curriculum for those students is the best way that it can happen.
Throughout my life, I have harnessed the power of love as a source of strength during challenging times. Love has inspired me to embrace forgiveness, nurture empathy, and exhibit bravery in the face of unforeseen obstacles.
A friend of mine, Kid Rock, sometimes referred to as Bob, I know him as Bob, but he's been a good friend for a long time, many years.
Would you ever wear a jacket like that?
I don't know. I was thinking about doing it for tomorrow. Why is an old-fashioned term that we use groceries. I used it in the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. $5 million. For $5 million, this could be yours. It's the gold card. The Trump card, gold